Yeah, I thought it was our best scrimmage. The big thing that we really wanted to focus on is playing faster and the turnovers. And we had 0 turnovers by the offense and definitely played a lot faster. So that was really one of the big goals going into it. And then the second thing was really to see that second group, how they could do. They had a chance going against the #1 defense and kind of put them in some tough situations. Our frontline guys, we got them a little work early, then got them out. And it was really about that second group. And I saw some good things from that group. And so overall, I thought it was a real positive day.
Coach said that looked like Ray had kind of an off day. That's the first I've heard of it in camp. Can you elaborate on?
Yeah, he had a freshman day, and it was the first day that he's ever had to go to class and come over here and go practice. And so just trying to figure out his schedule. I don't think he ate anything until he got in our meeting room and had a little pack of crackers, and that wasn't nearly enough. So, it's a learning process. Even when guys are gifted as freshmen, they still have to figure out, the timing of being a student athlete and being able to understand their day. But, the good thing is he's able to learn from it today. He's got 2 weeks to kind of get it right. And but it's good for him sometimes too. Whenever it's real easy for him, sometimes you got to get to the game before they learn a few lessons. So I think today was a little eye-opening for him, but I got no questions. He'll be back and be fine, be ready to go this year.
You all have raved about Falcinelli throughout camp. Mm-hmm. How close is he to Ryan and actually challenging him?
Yeah, I think he's come up well enough that we feel like if something happened to Ryan, that we would be able to go in and continue to play. But Ryan's a guy that's been around here. He's got a lot of experience. That's the one thing that you can't give a guy in spring practice and fall camp is you can't give him game experience. And so hopefully we'll be in a position for him to get out there and play a little bit. But Ryan's had a good fall camp. We feel very good about him. But it's great to have some of those guys, and that's really what this fall camp has been about for us offensively. Is kind of that second group. How close can we get them to that first group? Because there's going to be injuries. The schedule that we play, guys are going to get hurt, and you just want to be sure you got enough depth to be able to withstand some injuries. So we're pleased where he is, but he's got to go out and do it in a game, and hopefully he'll get some of those opportunities.
Who in the second group of receivers distinguished themselves today?
Yeah, I would say Trevion Thompson had a good day. And having a good day is not just catching some balls. It's just understanding your alignments and being able to get lined up and not having missed assignments. And he also made some catches today. Hunter Renfrow had a really good day. I was disappointed with Hunter in the second scrimmage because he had a chance to make a big play there that could have really changed the whole scrimmage and didn't make it. He came back today and made that same play that he missed, so that was really good to see. And then I thought Hopper had a good scrimmage. He kind of got banged up a little bit there in the middle, but I thought he had a good scrimmage. And really those three are kind of that second group that I think made a move and makes us feel real comfortable with our depth. We have that position.
Do you feel good about putting Hunter out there?
Oh yeah, Hunter is very similar to Humphreys. He's the kind of guy, when he's in the game, I can turn around and start coaching other guys, and I don't have to worry about anything. I know he's going to be where he's supposed to be. He's going to do what he's supposed to do, and I think he's going to be a guy that's going to surprise a lot of people. And he's got the respect of all of our offensive players and defensive players. So I think he's a guy that he's going to have a chance to make an impact throughout the year.
Who's your best run blocking receiver?
Best run blocking receiver, I would probably say our Tavis Scott out there on the perimeter. He's really improved his game, and of the opportunities that they get, he's probably done the best job so far.
Same question, tight ends.
Tight ends, Garrett Williams. Jordan Leggett has improved a lot. Really pleased where he is, but Garrett brings something a little bit different to that group.
Will Garrett push for playing time?
Oh yeah. I mean, Coach Sweeney will make his decisions as it goes, and if he's a guy we play this year, then that means we've got a lot of confidence that he can go in and have an impact and continue to grow within the offense.
Is it primarily his blocking prowess, or is he catching the ball up there?
I think he does both well. We've had some guys around here that were more just in that fullback mode, that really that was their specialty, and maybe they were a liability when they got outside. But Garrett, I think he has a good balance of both of those, and that's really what you're looking for in that position. We've got some guys that maybe came in as receivers, big receivers, and having to kind of learn that way. We have some guys that came in more as a heavy tight end that's kind of having to grow in the passing game. And, Garrett's a guy that can really do all of those pretty well. But again, he's a freshman. He's got to have a chance to get some experience and get his feet wet. But he's a guy that has kind of been a buzz around the building about him this fall camp.
Coach Sweeney kind of chooses his words carefully when he talks about JJ's potential contributions. What's your perspective?
Yeah, I think JJ's had he's had a good fall camp. JJ's kind of been in that category that Jermon Hopper's in, as far as talented but inconsistent. And there's a lot of things that play into that on the field and off the field. But really, it's been as smooth 3 or 4 weeks as we've had with him. And now it's just challenging him that once school starts, being able to stay consistent off the field so that he can have an opportunity to play on the field. But he's a talented player, but he's just got to put it all together. And we've seen positive signs, but we've also seen those before. So, we're very cautiously optimistic, and he's got to go out there and prove it week after week, before he really inserts himself in for major playing time.
As you now start to pare down the depth chart and get some guys ready, what are the biggest decisions you're going to have to make over the next week or so?
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing tomorrow as we start to kind of split up and get into scout teams. We're really kind of we're going to kind of back up from all the install that we've had and then slowly start adding it back as we start game planning for our first game. But we kind of enter a new mode going against the scout team and really having, when you cut back on your numbers and you send some of the guys over to scout team, then now some of those backups have to be able to play multiple positions and just figuring out where your best guys go. I mean, just like at the receiver position, if something happens with one of my guys, I've got a lot of different options. So I've got to determine what is the right move. Do you move this guy in, and who's your next best fourth guy? Is it Trevion or is it Hopper? And then that affects the whole group. So I think that's really what you start looking at here over the next 2 weeks.